Hello, welcome to our last broadcast of this semester. It is now 12:30, December 7th. I'm Amanda Acuña with your Cardinal News.
And I'm Maritza Leon. KKYX radio personality Jerry King visited November 30th to give insight into his life in the radio business. We go to Brittany Mireles, who was at the event.
Hey Cardinals, we're here at the Radio Practicum class where they're going to be having guest speaker Jerry King come and talk. Jerry King was one of the first people to play George Strait's song on the radio. Let's check it out.
Technology. I think as technology has moved on, I used the old saying earlier that you can't teach old dogs new tricks. Oh yes, you can. If you want to stay in the business, you will learn the new tricks, and technology has been a big part of it. We used to play 45 RPM records and record albums, and then it went to CDs, and then it went to computers. So I've had the opportunity to work with all of those.
Well, Jerry King, I've known him for so many years, and he's so talented, and he knows so many people. And I figured that would be a good person for the students to learn from. So during the semester, we had younger DJs here. Well, I want you to have the other spectrum, the other side of it, the older DJ that's been in the business and has evolved because of technology.
And promise to give all I've got to give to make all.
I told that story earlier today because somebody asked me, what radio meant to me. We walked in KKYX and Jerry King was on the air and said, "Hey, would you play this record?" Of course, Roger and I both knew Jerry, but he goes, "Sure." I said, "Well, wait, let me run out to the car and turn the radio on."
And that was the lecture. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got to learn a little bit from Jerry King and all his years in the radio industry. I'm Brittany Mireles reporting for UIWtv News.
I don't know how they got an interview from George Strait, but I am jealous. Thanks, Brittany.
On November 19th, UIW kicked off the fall season with the Golden Harvest 5K run. Here's Christian Saldivar with more on the event.
The Etling Center held their third annual Golden Harvest 5K. The event benefits the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, which provides food and clothes for those less fortunate. Aside from the 5K, there were medals for people involved in the race and raffle prizes.
So this is actually our second annual time that we've been able to do this with UIW, and we were looking for a location to hold a 5K 2 years ago, and when we called the Etling Center, they said, "Oh my gosh, we want to do a 5K." And so it was just a perfect matchup because they could take all the students and have this great student-run operation for the 5K, and then we get to get some blessings from that.
So every year we do this event to do beneficiary, to do community in San Antonio, and we want to help them, but we also want to grow students to become leaders and be able to do these big events when they leave and graduate UIW and show how great UIW has been to our students and to our community.
The Society of St. Vincent de Paul is actually a national organization that started in Paris, France, and it was begun by some college students who saw that there was a great need. The diversity between the rich and the poor was so great. All of us have been very blessed, and Jesus asked us to feed the hungry, clothe the poor, and to help those in need. And so we're very blessed that we get to do this on a daily basis.
In the end, everyone is a winner when the UIW community comes together for a great cause. I am Christian Saldivar reporting for UIWtv News.
I also went to the event, and I have to say it was great seeing all the UIW students, faculty, and community members at the run. Running for a great cause is always a good feeling.
Now we switch to what's going on here and around the world thanks to CNN News Source. Breaking news as of yesterday, a man is being held in contempt of plotting the assassination of the British Prime Minister Theresa May. He and another man were arrested by the Metropolitan Police Counter-Terrorism Command earlier on November 28th for terror planning. It wasn't until yesterday that British media released the assassination plan and say that only one of the men was involved in the plot. This involved him driving a bomb to Downing Street and setting it off, then continue his attack with a knife and a suicide vest. As of now, the only known charges against him are preparing acts of terrorism and attempting to join the Islamic State group.
Former National Security Advisor Michael T. Flynn has pled guilty to lying to the FBI on Friday, December 1st. Flynn's involvements with Russia are raising a lot of questions in Washington. CNN has more on the story.
Tonight, a source tells CNN that President Trump was told in January by the White House counsel that he believed National Security Advisor Michael Flynn misled not just the vice president, but also the FBI about conversations Flynn had with Russia's ambassador and recommended to the president that he fire Michael Flynn. White House counsel Don McGahn did not say Flynn had broken the law or that he was under investigation. McGahn made the recommendation after a meeting with then acting Attorney General Sally Yates. Yates came to the White House on January 26th and warned McGahn that Flynn may be subject to blackmail by the Russians, who knew that Flynn had indeed discussed sanctions with Ambassador Sergei Kislyak. The source tells CNN that McGahn concluded from his conversation with Yates that Flynn had not told the truth to the FBI or to Pence. But despite McGahn's warning to the president, he did not fire Flynn until about 2 weeks later, on February 13th, when the Washington Post reported for the first time that Flynn had discussed sanctions with the Russian ambassador. It was just 1 day after that President Trump asked then FBI Director James Comey to drop the investigation into Flynn, according to Comey's testimony.
I understood him to be saying that what he wanted me to do was drop any investigation connected to Flynn's account of his conversations with the Russians.
Soon after, Comey was fired for what the White House initially said was over the handling of the Clinton email probe the previous year. The president said on television he had the Russia investigation on his mind when he fired Comey. And the president reportedly privately bragged to top Russian officials in the Oval Office, "I just fired the head of the FBI. He was crazy, a real nut job. I faced great pressure because of Russia." That's taken off. And even though the president pushed back against any obstruction implications in June, the president's lawyers are now asserting a new defense. The president cannot obstruct justice because he is the chief law enforcement officer under the Constitution's Article 2 and has every right to express his views of any case. The new timeline of events raises new questions about whether the president tried to obstruct justice, something Mueller's team is looking into.
It'll be interesting to see how this story plays out in the coming months.
On a lighter note, United Airlines is ringing in the Christmas season with something magical. Let's take a look.
It's an incredible day. We're so grateful to everybody who's a part of this. Our son, Brandon, who's gone through cancer treatment and dealing with the repercussions of that. This is such an amazing bright spot in our lives.
Kristen Moran's son, Brandon, was thrilled to be a part of United's 35th annual fantasy flight to the North Pole. And what was he going to ask Santa for?
Mario Kart 8. It's a really cool game. Not like a regular Mario Kart where you go on the wheels every time, but on the special one the wheels turn.
Brandon was among 100 kids on the flight, all at one time patients at Lurie Children's or Advocate hospitals, many battling cancer and other rare childhood diseases.
It means a lot. It's been a rough year, so she deserves it. She deserves to have a really good Christmas this year because we didn't get one last year.
Jessica Virgin was boarding this special flight with her daughter, 4-year-old Josie, who's battling Ewing sarcoma and winning the fight. Josie, too, knew that she had Santa's ear. What are you going to ask Santa for?
A Barbie and a scooter with a pack, water, and a puppy food, and with a puppy.
So after a quick breakfast, a meet and greet with their favorite superheroes and Disney characters, and some pre-flight dancing festivities with Benny the Bull, the kids and their families boarded Santa One, where red holiday backpacks were waiting for them, and headed north.
It's about bringing joy to the families. It's about taking them out of a not-so-happy situation and giving them a family day together.
Our goal really today is just to make one joyous day.
And once they touched down at the North Pole, they were greeted by none other than Santa Claus himself, and that magical feeling of Christmas and the contagious holiday cheer was in the air.
Those kids look so thrilled to meet Santa. I hope they have a wonderful flight.
This has been your UIWtv News, but don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned for UIWtv Entertainment.
Hey there, Cardinals, and welcome to UIWtv Entertainment, where we keep you updated on what's happening on campus and around the beautiful San Antonio area. I'm Nani Melendez Lopez. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving break with their families and friends. With finals around the corner, I know a lot of us needed that break. But before the week ended, UIW held their annual International Food Fest, where students gathered to celebrate cultural diversities on campus through food. Here's Christian Saldivar with more on the story.
UIW recently held the International Food Festival in the Student Engagement Center Ballroom for all of the UIW community to come together to celebrate diversity and great food. The goal of the event was to bring people of different cultures to enjoy music, food, and to celebrate differences.
This is an event that's been going on at least 26, maybe 27 years. The idea of having this International Food Festival is to bring our UIW community with the international community to come together, where we can learn what the community is here, what communities are here, and share the culture and the food. Food is one of the most natural ways to break down barriers. So when you get people coming and sampling the food, hopefully a conversation will break out, and then friendship, maybe, you know. But the idea, again, is to have a conversation.
In my time in the military, I did travel around the world a little bit, get to experience a lot of other cultures and their food and stuff like that. So, like, when it comes to stuff like this, I'm really intrigued to, like, you know, still engage in other cultures and see, like, what type of food I haven't tried yet to see, you know, something new. I think this events like this really does strengthen the view of the diversity that we have here at the school. It does get a chance for other students here at the school who may not have the opportunity to travel to other countries and stuff like that to, you know, this gives them a chance to actually get out there and get engaged with students from other countries and stuff like that.
The International Food Festival was filled with culture, food, friends, and fun. I'm Christian Saldivar reporting for UIWtv Entertainment.
I'm really sad I did not participate this year, but next year I'll be sure to bring some Puerto Rican dishes. Speaking of celebration, during the Thanksgiving weekend, Carla Bello had the chance to capture the Christmas celebration on Main Street in Boerne, Texas. Dickens on Main Street welcomed the holiday season through food, live event, Christmas shopping, and of course, Santa Claus. Let's go to Carla.
Hey there, Cardinals. We're here at Dickens on Main Street in Boerne, Texas, a Christmas celebration full of fun, shopping, live performances, and much more. Let's check it out.
Doing this for my 7th year, and just seeing the faces of the kids when they see me and they recognize, hey, there's Santa Claus, and giving out candy canes. It's so much fun.
We have 90% of our sales during this one weekend. So this weekend can make us or break us. If the weather's bad, we won't make any money, and it really hurts us as store owners. If we don't have a big event, then we're stuck with a lot of extra inventory and expenses, and we just love having everybody come see us and support us as small businesses.
Well, this is Dickens on Main, and we had a record crowd yesterday, 15,000 people. We've been doing Dickens on Main for 18 years in Boerne. Come on out next year. It's usually a Friday and a Saturday night.
Right after Thanksgiving.
Right after Thanksgiving.
Dickens on Main is to present Charles Dickens to the whole world and get in the Christmas spirit. That's at least the way I take it, you know.
I just can't get up. Let's hear some noise. Dickens on Main. I just can't get enough. I just can't.
Cardinals, I hope you enjoy this amazing event. And remember that Dickens on Main Street is every Thanksgiving weekend. My name is Carla Bello, reporting for UIWtv Entertainment.
How beautiful. I wish I would have went. I will add that to my holiday list of things to do for next year. The holiday celebration continues here in downtown San Antonio Market Square. I'm talking about La Feria de Santa Cecilia. The community of San Antonio gathered to celebrate the San Antonio culture through food, dances, fashion, art, and live performances. Here's Christian once again with more on the story.
San Antonians came out to Market Square this Thanksgiving break to enjoy food, art, and music at the Feria de Santa Cecilia. However, the star of the show was Market Square patron Margaret Arriaga.
Come here every Saturday and Sunday, and sometimes I should have been here yesterday, but I couldn't make it, so I'm over here every Saturday and Sunday. And I love to dance cumbias. That's my favorite dance.
I've been doing Market Square for approximately almost 2.5 to 3 years. It's been a successful market. I really like it. I like the environment, the music, the people running the business. The market is nice and have lots of shops and vendors. and the food is great, and the culture of San Antonio is very inviting and very exciting, and it just brings a lot of people in. That history, it's just very catchy for the people. People love the history of San Antonio, and they just love how when they come to Market Square, and we're a friendly city, we're super friendly. People love the friendliness and how much love we have. We have a big loving heart, because how they say love is big in Texas, and we love to show the love to people. So that love is brought here, and it's just beautiful.
The weather was great, the food was amazing, and the culture-infused festivities brought the San Antonio community together for a great time. I'm Christian Saldivar reporting for UIWtv Entertainment.
Another thing to add to my holiday list. But let's switch into what's breaking the internet. Alternative pop singer Melanie Martinez is accused of raping and molesting her best friend. Twitter exploded with lots of comments as Timothy Heller exposed her story. The Voice star shared, "I'm horrified and saddened by the statement and story told by Timothy Heller." She finished by saying she never said no to what we chose to do together. As a Melanie Martinez fan, I have to share that I'm very disappointed and saddened with the situation. Prince Harry will be getting married. Meghan Markle, an American actress, will become the next Duchess. The royal family confirmed that their wedding will be next year at Windsor Castle. According to CNN news source, Markle would retain U.S. citizenship through the process of becoming a UK citizen. But it's too early to say if she would retain dual nationality. Their process is expected to take several years. Either way, congratulations to the couple. And lastly, did you see the cover of Times Magazine? If you haven't, here it is. The Silence Breakers. It all started with the hashtag #MeToo. The origin came from Tarana Burke, an activist who has been on a mission to help women who have survived sexual abuse, assault, and exploitation. Times Magazine gave the cover to The Silence Breaker. Women from different backgrounds, including Hollywood actresses and singers, spoke to encourage other women that have gone through the same experiences to speak up. If you want to know more about this, go to time.com Person of the Year 2017. Well, Cardinals, that's all for today. Next week's is final, so don't forget to check with the registrar's office for the exam schedule. And let us know about any study hacks or advice you have by tweeting us at #UIWtv. Stay tuned for UIWtv en Español. I'm your host, Nani Melendez Lopez.
Buenas tardes, cardenales. Mi nombre es Carla Bello y estas son las noticias de UIWtv en español. Bomberos siguen combatiendo los feroces incendios que han consumido al menos 26,000 hectáreas forestales en el sur de California. Los poderosos vientos y las condiciones extremadamente secas del estado aumentaron al menos 5 incendios forestales este pasado martes, marcando lo que ha sido un año devastador de incendios para California. En noticias internacionales, a 20 días de la desaparición del submarino argentino, Oscar Aguad, ministro de la Defensa argentina, dijo el pasado martes que 44 tripulantes están muertos. Reportes indican que al menos 9 buques rastrean el lecho marino en búsqueda del submarino. Sin embargo, a pesar de los fuertes intentos de rescate, equipos de ayuda no han podido detectar ningún contacto con el submarino. El presidente de los Estados Unidos, Donald Trump, reconoció el pasado miércoles a Jerusalén como la capital de Israel. De la misma manera, el mandatario ordenó al Departamento del Estado que comenzara el traslado de la embajada de Tel Aviv a Jerusalén. Trump dijo que se comenzará el proceso de contratación de arquitectos y contratistas para construir una embajada que será un magnífico tributo a la paz. En otras noticias, fue revelado el nuevo modelo SUV de Lamborghini. El auto llamado Urus tendrá un motor turbo cargado de 8 cilindros con 650 caballos de fuerza y transmisión de 8 velocidades. Urus promete tener una velocidad máxima de 305 kilómetros por hora y apuesta a transformar la imagen de la compañía conocida por fabricar únicamente autos deportivos de lujo. Con este vehículo, la empresa espera duplicar sus ventas. Bueno, amigos, esas son todas las noticias en español por el día de hoy. UIWtv en español volverá el próximo semestre con un nuevo formato. Mi nombre es Carla Bello y ahora los dejo con el segmento deportivo.
Cardinal fans, I'm Gabriela Estrada, and thanks for joining me for today's broadcast, where we give you the rundown on all the latest UIW sports news here on campus. On November 27th, UIW's Director of Athletics, Brian Wickstrom, announced that Larry Keenan will not be returning as the University of Incarnate Word's head football coach next season. During his 6 years, starting in 2012, Coach Keenan led the UIW football team through their transition from NCAA Division II level into full NCAA Division I status this past season as a member of the Southland Conference. A national search for Keenan's replacement has already begun. Our women's basketball team faced the UMass Minutewomen, and Kaya Bayo was able to cover the story.
Cardinals, we're here at the women's basketball game where they're going to play against UMass University. Let's check out some highlights and talk to some players.
At the beginning, we were trying to prevent penetration. They're really good at getting in the paint. They run a dribble drive offense, which they're trying to draw fouls and get to the paint. So we started off in a zone to try to limit their drives to the basket. But with our offense and our lack of ability to score, we got to try to press and get up on them and try to score with our defense. So in the second half, we changed and went to full court pressing, which in turn gives up some layups at the other end, but at least it gets our players some easy baskets defensively.
We played a lot harder towards the end. Our intensity was definitely, more than it has been in our previous games. So that really helped, speeding them up and, forcing them to make turnovers. Not being intense enough, not, doing the things that she knows that, we can do. So we came out, with a different mindset and, sometimes you don't always have that switch, but, we all had that switch to, make that difference because, at least if you're going to go down, we go down fighting.
I think that we started off a little slow against their zone and turned the ball over a lot. I think we just need to come out strong and as fired up as we were in the fourth quarter. And then a lot of people can't play with us when we do that.
Cardinals, the game was quite intense, but sadly, our Cardinals lost 45-64. This is Carla Bello reporting for UIW TV Sport.
Thanks, Carla. The women hope to bounce back from a 4-game losing streak this Saturday at Rice University with a tip-off set at 2 p.m. The men's basketball team went up against McMurray University. Let's go with Jillian Goosey, who was able to attend the game.
Hey Cardinals, we're here at the men's basketball game as we take on the McMurray Warhawks. Let's check in with some players and check out some highlights. How was your mindset going into this game tonight?
My mindset was just to get my teammates involved, make sure that we had a good tempo, good pace, ran our plays, and just made sure to take care of business and get the win.
What are some things you could improve on as a team before going into y'all's next game?
The biggest thing we need to improve on is rebounding. We're getting killed on the offensive glass this game, so that's going to be a big thing. We need to make sure to all crash the boards instead of running out and just play harder as a team.
How do you think y'all's offense worked tonight?
I think offense was just clicking. We played together, passed the ball around. We shared the ball a lot. A lot of guys got, it wasn't nobody just got like 25, just everybody got in double digits, so we played well together.
What's your mindset going into this next game?
Well, this next game was our first game against the D1 team. They got a lot of big people. We got 7-1, 7-3, so we got to come rebound. We got to box out. We got to play good defense, so yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
How do you think y'all's defense worked tonight?
I think we played really good. Honestly, we could have helped each other a little bit more, but all things considered, we played pretty good defense, helped each other.
And the Cardinals win by 39 points with a score of 88-49. I'm Jillian Goosey reporting for UIWtv Sports.
Thanks, Jill. It's great to see our men's basketball team get a win at home. Their next tip-off is at home on December 16th against UMKC at 3 p.m. This is the last broadcast of the semester, and with that being said, we would like to thank everybody that was able to contribute to covering sports stories this semester. All the stories shown are done by students, so the next story could be done by you. If you're interested in helping next semester, come by 8281 for more information. That's all we have for you today for UIW Sports News. Make sure to follow UIW Athletics on social media to catch all the latest sports news on campus. I'm Gabriela Estrada, and until next time, let's go Cards!
Did you see anyone's raffle? Thanks for helping us. No problem. You strawberry?
everything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Thanks for tuning into our broadcast today. Keep up with what's going on at UIWtv by following our Instagram and Twitter and liking us on Facebook.
Have a great holiday break. We hope to see you next semester. I'm Maritza Leon.
And I'm Amanda Cunha.
And I'm Nani Melendez Lopez.
I'm Gabriela Estrada.
Signing off.